Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. Fizzaroli. Starting off with a little ASMR live stream. At least the chat's moving again. Hope you all enjoy the drift art table. Looks like red is the best color to have it visible, so probably going to keep it in red for a while. Or actually, green and red look pretty good, so we might switch through green and red. The blue seems to be a little dark for the camera. Just seems dark. So we're going to go ahead and take that one off of the color palette. Let's check the purple. Let's see what that does. See how that looks on camera. Yeah, it's kind of too much. We're going to take purple out as well. I'm going to leave red and green. Alright. Red, white, and green seem to be good for the camera. So we'll go ahead and do that and leave it at that. And we get to watch whatever the next pattern's going to be. Welcome in. Doing a little ASMR. video with my drift art sand table. Oh, just you wait, Natasha. Wait until you see the beautiful, intricate patterns that's going to come out of this drift art table. I can get lost in it for hours. Thinking I might move it so that I could set this up a little bit better so I could see the chat while we see the drift art table. And have the hand pan on the side of me. So let me see if I can set this up a little better. Welcome back, Adrian. Welcome back. It's doing some amazing sand art, Adrian. Okay. Let me see if I could set this up a little better and move this towards the floor type area, so I could see a little better from the chat. So give me 1 second. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see if I have enough slack in my cord to move the drift art table down. If I do, we'll get this into a better position. Oh yeah, let's get this camera setup moved, and bada bing, bada boom. Alright, now I'll be able to sit down and see the chat and maybe play the hand pan a little bit. Let me get the fan set up better on the phone so it doesn't overheat. Alright, that's definitely better. I can see the chat here and there when I look up. And I could reach the hand pan. Oh, I love this drift art table. It definitely calms me. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It calms me. And I do apologize about the background noise if you can hear the freeze dryer going, because it's got about 7.5 hours left of the drying process for the cookie dough ice cream that I put in it yesterday. It takes about 24 hours to freeze dry ice cream. Yeah. The little ball is amazing. I honestly don't know how it does what it does. I would love to take this thing apart and see it, but I don't have the money to buy a new one, and I'd rather just enjoy it for what it is. This table costs, I think, $500. Worth every penny. What I love about it is, like, you don't know what it's gonna do next. It does all these different things, and this is already done, and its purpose is for something a million moves down the road already. Like, it's gonna keep going and going and going until it starts doing its next pattern. This is pretty much like a little cleanup, but it's doing all these small little lines close to each other because they're gonna somehow be a factor in the next pattern that it's doing right now. Hey, if you can ever afford to get yourself one of these, by all means, I say go ahead and get one. They are amazing. It's a Homedics, HOMEDICS, Homedics drift table. If you put them into the Google bar, you'll find it. They make this size and a little bit smaller and a little bit bigger, I think. Or this might be the small version. And they make a little bigger one. But I love this table. Like, I could stare at this thing for hours and I get mesmerized. And this table's definitely a lot better to look at than me. We'll try this little ASMR stuff out though and see if everybody likes it. And if you guys like this stuff, the way I'm doing it right now, I'll keep going, and we'll make this into a daily live stream. I've already paid money for the drift sort table, and it doesn't cost anything for me to speak into the mic every now and again. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. Give me 1 second. Let me go grab my water bottle. Keep my throat from cracking up. Hey, I say by all means, if you can afford to get stuff that makes you happy, do it. We only have one life to live. I don't like wasting money if I don't have to, but at the same time, I'm a poor eccentric man. I buy things on a baller budget, I guess. Oh, I agree. Jellyfish are beautiful creatures. Um, Now, I will say this, you better have a good tank, a big tank, because not all jellyfish stay small. And I know they're not the easiest of animals to take care of. Welcome back, Nicole. Welcome back. I don't know if YouTube was messing with me or not, but I went ahead and stopped the stream and started it over because the chat wasn't saying anything. Now the chat's moving again. So we're trying out this ASMR stuff. Welcome back, Kathy. Welcome back. I seen streams like this going on YouTube last night with hundreds and almost thousands of people watching. Like it was 800 something people in this girl's stream, and she was just shaking a bottle of liquid by the camera. And I'm like, I'm going, wow. I wish I could do that. I do have a mic, and I do have a phone. I do have awesome, cool stuff. My phone is about to die, though, so give me 1 second. I need to plug it in. We're going to switch over to my lapel mic. 1 second. Okay, can everybody still hear me? My phone is plugged in now, charging with the lapel mic. So I apologize if the mic isn't as good as the other mic, but we'll keep this going and we'll see. Because I will stay on stream as long as YouTube allows me, as long as the phone gets charged, and we'll keep going with this ASMR. I could do this soothing ASMR voice if everybody likes it. Pretend like I'm a nighttime DJ. Coming up next on Smooth Jams is Handpan by Odin. Looks like we're starting to get some people in the room. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, give us a thumbs up, and we'll try to do this daily. I already own my sand art drift table, so that's not a problem. I can put this sucker on. We can watch it do a beautiful pattern every single day and relax together. And I could do this ASMR voice as well as play the handpan or even the Tibetan singing bowls. Either or. What I love about this sand art table is it takes forever to do what it does. And it just mesmerizes me. It calms me down and it allows me to find inner peace. And there hasn't been a time where I've ever turned it on and been like, ugh, I don't like what it's doing. No, it's just beautiful. Oh, trust me, Adrian, it gets amazing. It's going to be, I have it set. I've got the phone here set up where I'm controlling it. And it's going to be this awesome pattern inside the lines. It's called Totem. And it's only 38% done with the pattern. Gonna go ahead and get a charger and put that phone on the charger as well. Gotta remember where I put the other chargers. I know where there's one at. Or at least I think I know there's one at. Got one. All right. Oh yeah, I love this table. Actually, let me see if I could set this up just a little bit lower. You guys going for a ride? Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry about that. Oh, it gets extremely satisfying, Tanzan. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, yeah, that's so much better. Let me set the camera up a little bit better for you guys. Boom. Yeah, the ball's good. Had a little bit of a accident there where I was moving stuff around, but we're good now. We got everything settled up. It looks like that, doesn't it? You could tell when the fan hit the table, it jumbled some of the sand, so it's not as crisp as it was, so it might look a little wonky. You can see the new lines starting now after the fan hit the table. So the very next pattern will be good. This table, Kathy, cost about $500. It was worth every penny, in my opinion. But again, we could start doing this daily. Every morning I can get up, get myself a cup of coffee, turn on the drift art table, go live with you guys and do ASMR. Honestly, Tanzan, I don't know how to answer that question. I'm assuming there's magnets inside the table that tell the metal ball, the steel ball, what to do, where to go. But just give it a second. This is just a cleanup, really. It's going to do some really, really intricate patterns here in a second. Right now we're doing the totem pattern, and it is only 50% complete. So it's still got halfway to go once it finishes up these couple of lines right here on the end. All right, Natasha, you have a great day. As always, blessings be to you and to me. Again, Tanzan, I do like doing ASMR stuff. And I've tried this before. I just didn't do the talking like I'm doing now. I just put the table on and let it go. And I didn't really get that good of a response, so I stopped for a while. But the table didn't go anywhere. It's still here. I still use it. So I figured, why not? Since DoorDash decided to cancel my account and tell me that I was taking too long to deliver my orders and that was fraudulent, apparently. I don't know. So they deactivated my account yesterday. I now have to jump straight into YouTube and hopefully get my watch hours up so that I can start earning. And if I put more into my channel, maybe something will come out of it. I do have a couple little jobs lined up, so I'm not worried. I will have income here soon. Just waiting on background checks to clear up, but oh, watch, hold on. I don't know if you could hear that. Oh, you can hear that? Okay, well I'll leave the mic down here with you guys for a second to do ASMR of the ball going back and forth. I mean, technically, Tanzan, this is an ASMR video, so if it sounds cool and people like it, then yep, starting the show. Here we go. I'm gonna put the mic back down so you guys can get the ASMR of the ball scooting through the sand. Again, if you guys like this, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share me out. Let's get the knowledge out that I got a sand art table and I do ASMR with it. Also, don't forget if anyone wants to order some freeze dried goodies from me, shoot me an email at odinsbigpurplebus@gmail.com. I am starting candy sales. Back to the ASMR. Oh, it's gonna play some tricks with your mind, Adrian. Don't you worry. I love the sand art table. All right, back to ASMR. I was literally thinking about that, Tanzan. It might mess the sand up if I put the mic under the table. I can lift the glass up and I can like mess with the sand. Out the mic? I don't understand, Adrian. Oh, put the mic. Yeah, yeah, no, no. I know what she meant. I knew what you meant, Tanzan. I can lift the glass of the table because I have a little tool right over here. Let me grab it real quick. I'll show you. It's like a Zen sand tool that I can move out the sand and stuff and mess with it and stuff like that. Oh, it's starting the next pattern. It's I think it's starting the next pattern. It might, no, it's still on totem. Oh, it might be doing it again. Hold up, hold up. We're gonna start a new pattern. We're gonna start a new pattern. It started over on totem. So we're gonna start a new pattern. We're gonna do if euphotic essence. I don't know what that is, but it's gonna go around and do something new now. Oh yeah, it can be extremely quick when it wants to be, Adrian. It's very precise. It does exactly what it needs to do when it needs to do it. And yeah, watch. I'll put the mic down so you could hear it through the glass again. I'll do some experiments off camera so I don't mess with the live stream. And I'll see. Well, actually, let's see if I could put it somewhere right now. I'll lift the glass and we'll see if I could put it somewhere under the glass. Welcome back, Natasha. Welcome back. So let's see. I'll lift the glass and we'll see if there's a place I can put the mic underneath and we'll see if that sounds better. Yeah, there's no real place for me to put the mic down. It would get sand inside of it and it might mess with the ball doing its job. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the glass back. And then I'll get some glass cleaner and clean that off so it looks better. And I'll put the mic down so you guys can hear the sand getting scritched around while I get the glass cleaner. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray some glass cleaner on the sand art table and clean it up real quick, so it hopefully looks better because I see smudges all over the place. So I apologize about the spray. I'll hold the mic down so you guys get ASMR there too. There we go, smudge free. Honestly, I think if I put glass marbles in with the ball, it would just mess with the pattern that it's trying to make. It might push the marble, and then the marble would go one way or another, and then mess with the lines it's already made in the sand. But one day, I'll get a glass marble, and we'll try it out. You guys get me to 1,000 followers and get my watch hours up, so we'll do this kind of stuff. I don't think it would hurt the table at all. So it's definitely an experiment we could do. I feel like calling out on YouTube because I've been at this for almost 5 years and I'm ready to grow. I'm ready to start doing this for a living. I'd love to make money doing this. It'd be very nice to get monetized. So I'm going to start putting a lot more effort into the channel. I've been putting a lot of effort into it before, but I'm going to go ahead and start putting more effort into it, I guess. We're going to do more freeze dried candy content, more ASMR content since you guys like this so much. I can do this every day. I do this every day already. I just don't record it. But I can set aside an hour or two, maybe 3 or 4 every single day. Even when I get my new jobs, I'll figure out my schedules and then boom, before or after, you guys will know when I'm going live. No worries, Tanzan, no worries. Again, I have nothing else to do today. DoorDash decided to deactivate my account, so I now have YouTube, and hopefully I can get my watch hours up by doing extremely long live streams like this and keeping everyone's interest. Hopefully, um, my sand art table will do hours of content without even trying. It takes anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes for each pattern that it does, sometimes longer. So I have no problem making content with the sand art table and it not being the same exact thing over and over and over again because I have tons of patterns. Like I'll show you guys while it's cleaning up right now, but I have tons and tons and tons of patterns that I can go through with you guys and put on, and I have them shuffling, so I can literally do this for hours. I wasn't doing DoorDash in my bus. I do have a car. I call it Sonic the Dash car. Sonic does all the door dashing, or did all the door dashing, and I've been doing it for 9 months, almost no, 10 months now, almost a year, and I never had any problems with DoorDash until recently. My app started glitching, and it would tell me that I wasn't at the location when I was, and when I would hit the deliver the order, or whatever, complete the delivery, it would tell me you're violating policy. And I'm like, I'm not violating policy. I'm delivering the order where I had to go. Because for some reason, where I live, DoorDash thinks that one address can be 3 or 4 different places. It's so stupid. And it did that a couple times. And then they deactivated my account and told me that they reviewed the footage and I was being fraudulent. And I sent them an email. And I was like, I am not being fraudulent. All I'm doing is dropping off the orders where I have to drop them off at. And I mean, just because it takes a while to do it doesn't mean I'm not doing my job right. So I'm just waiting to see if they reactivate my account or not. My thoughts are they're not going to, because it is what it is. But I do have other jobs lined up. Just waiting on my background check to come back, and then I'm not gonna have to worry about income. I'll have 2 small part-time jobs. One 2 days a week at a hotel as a night auditor, and then Dollar General 15 hours a week. So still leaves me plenty of time to make ASMR content like this, as well as freeze-dried candy content. I'm technically making both in the same time right now. I have ice cream in the freeze dryer going, and we'll jump away from this for 1 second just to show you the ice cream in the freeze dryer, and then I'll face the camera right back to the drift art table. If you can see it, whoops, hold on. Oof, oof, oof. Sorry about that. I couldn't get it out of the holder there for a second. But there's the freeze dryer going, and here's some freeze dryer ASMR. But we'll go back to the sand art table because it's gonna do some awesome stuff here soon, and we want to get it on camera. This is one of my favorite patterns that it does. Adrian, you can order some freeze dried ice cream from me if you want. I call it cookie dough clouds for this batch. And I'll be making other freeze dried ice creams as well. Again, just shoot me an email at odinsbigpurplebus@gmail.com. And I'm going to go ahead and set the mic down on the table so you can get a little bit of this ASMR. Oh, it's so mesmerizing. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you can see what it's doing right now, too. It's so intricate. This right here is my drift art sand table. It's from Homedics. It's very soothing. It's doing an intricate pattern right now. I'll zoom in so you can see what it's doing. This is a steel ball that moves through sand and makes amazing, oh my god, amazing patterns. So we're just doing some ASMR with it, letting you guys hear the awesome sounds of either me talking in the mic, ha ha ha, just joking, or the ball scritching through the sand, which is the actual ASMR. And I'll go ahead and put the mic back down since I'm done explaining what it is, and I'll zoom out so you can see the whole table. It's going to take a while, but this pattern is going to be amazing. There we go. It does look like a black hole because of the ring light around that shines into the steel ball bearing. So it gives it that awesome black hole effect. It's like a black hole moving through the galaxy, making its own galaxy. Again, if you like this kind of content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share out this video. Let's get people noticing that I do ASMR. And we'll get people in. Let's get the people in the room, get my watch hours up, and we'll do this kind of content daily. Back to the Sanskrit. Welcome into the room. If you're still here, thanks for being here. If you're just joining us, we are doing sand art in my Homedics drift table. Just a little bit of ASMR. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share me out. Let's get YouTube knowing that I do ASMR with my drift art table. Back to the sand scratching. Welcome into the room if you're joining us now. This is my Homedics drift art table. Just doing a little bit of ASMR. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow me for daily sand art. Let's get back to meditating. Here's some more sand scratching. If you are in the room and you do like this kind of content, please let's make sure to hit that like button so YouTube knows to share me out. It is very important that YouTube knows you guys like this. Hopefully, we can do this daily and I can get my watch hours up. Back to the scratching. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're just joining us, we are watching my Homedics drift art table as this beautiful steel ball scritches through the sand, making amazing sand art. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit that like button at the top. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and we're going to start doing this daily. Hour or two, maybe 3 or 4 daily, and we could all meditate together. A little bit of sand art, ASMR. Alright, let you get back to the scritching of the sand, the ball doing its thing. Welcome into the room. If you're new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. We're watching my Homedics drift art table and having ourselves a meditation sesh. I apologize to anyone if you are chatting. YouTube, I believe, has stopped showing me chats. It hasn't told me anything since Adrian said it's a black hole carving up space. But we're still here. So I do apologize. I'm not meaning to leave anyone out. If you feel left out, I will respond to any chat YouTube shows me. But but as of right now, I think YouTube has stopped showing me the chats. So we're going to go back to the scritching of the sand and push on. Welcome into the room. Welcome in. Again, I think YouTube is not allowing me to see chats. If anyone is chatting, I apologize if I'm not responding to your chats. It's because I don't see them. YouTube is also telling me there's only one person in the room. So I don't know how many people are here watching, but we're going to keep on going live. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying. If you're new, this is my Homedics drift art table. And it's a great way to meditate. So I'm going to put the mic back down and get back to the scritching of the sand. And hopefully you guys are enjoying. If you do, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to start doing this daily. Alright, back to the scritching. So this pattern is at about 63% done. When it is finished, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. And I will stop the live stream and restart it. and we will come back and go live again. But we still got a little bit left to go, so no worries. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. We still got 36% to go. Hope you guys are enjoying. Back to the sand scratching. Welcome into the room. Welcome in if you're just joining us. This is my Homedics drift art table, making amazing, intricate art sand. If you like this kind of content, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video out. We are looking at it probably, whoopsie, 29% left to go on this pattern. And then because I think YouTube is glitching. Oh, Brother Dazed, welcome in, welcome in. You're the first chat that I've seen in 30 minutes. Welcome in, Kathy. All right, the chat's going again. We're back, I guess. I was going to shut the live stream down and see what was going on. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. I see, Kathy. All it says that it said that there were 0 people in the room for a while, and the chat hasn't moved at all. The last thing that I saw was Adrian Zombie Turtle saying that it's been a black hole carving up space, and then there was nothing. No worries, Brother Days. Again, it's just YouTube likes to mess with me. They'll stop the chat, and then it won't stop the chat. I just won't be able to see the chat. And then I think nobody's in the room. And I end up ending the stream. And I've had Nicole email me after the fact, tell me, hey, why'd you end it so abruptly? Why weren't you talking to us? And I was like, I didn't know anybody was even in the room. The chat wasn't saying anything. YouTube tells me there's nobody here. So I don't know what to believe anymore. She told me there was 30-something people in my room the other night when I ended the stream. I didn't know this. It told me there was nobody there. And she said that everybody was talking and having a good time and upset with me because I was ignoring the chat apparently. And there wasn't a single chat on my side to ignore. All I seen was nothing, a blank screen, just myself and the camera, and nobody was even saying anything about the stunning glass gravity bong. And I was like, well, crap. I would think that would get a conversation going or something. And I got bored, and I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I don't want to do this anymore. So I got off because I didn't think anybody was still here. But it's okay. I guess I just got to stay live no matter what, chat or no chat. See? I couldn't see you guys chatting in my last stream. Like it really does frustrate me because I don't like missing the chat. I'm sitting right here. Like why can I not see it? Oh yeah, it definitely freezes on my end, Brother Days. It makes me think there's nobody here because there's nothing being said. And then I look up at the people in the room and it tells me there's 0 people in the room. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense why nothing's being said. And then I'm told that there was a ton of conversation going on and there was 30-something people in the room. Like right now, it says there's 5 people in my room. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Maybe it's a bug going through YouTube right now. But I know it makes me understand why other streamers don't respond to me when I talk to them in their streams sometimes, because maybe they don't see me talking to them. Because I get it, man. It happens to me. Okay, well, maybe it really is 5 people. I don't know. It tells me it's 3 now. Now 2. I could watch it go down to 0 probably. But I could literally let this thing go and it'll keep making patterns for hours and hours and hours. And I would love to stay here with you guys and chat and watch it because I love watching my drift table. I just I don't know when there are people here or not. And I feel bad for the people that I miss that say something in the chat and I don't know they said anything because YouTube doesn't allow me to see that. It's probably just you, Brother Days, and Kathy. And that's okay, you know. Like I don't mind if it's only 2 people here. Screw it, I don't care. Watch time should be watch time, right? I'm hoping YouTube allows me to grow finally. And I'm gonna start doing this daily, going live with my drift art table because why not? I can. It doesn't cost me anything to do it. I can put on brand new patterns every single day. I have hundreds of patterns that can be played in my drift art table. And they're all equally beautiful and brilliant. Like, I mean, watch me zoom in here. Look how intricate that is. Like, it freaks me out. Welcome in, Riverfront Baits. We'll zoom back out so you guys can see the whole thing. But it's so intricate. See, like I'm lucky right now. The chat's allowing me to see the chat. I don't know if I'm seeing all of the chat because I never know, honestly. But it started moving again. It stopped moving for a good 35, 45 minutes, maybe. Hey, that's fine. I won't show the smoking. I could do videos like this if I have to, but I mean, honestly, Brother Days, I feel like YouTube's going to hold me back to the point where I won't be able to set up monetization. But it makes me wonder, how do those big channels that get to smoke all the time get monetized? Like there's pages out there like one of them's Kimmy Tan official or something, and that's all she does is blaze up all over her streams. And I'm pretty confident she's monetized. Like I don't mind not showing the smoking, you know? I mean, it's not that big of an issue. I'm just saying, how do they get so big? You know what I'm saying? Like they're I'm pretty confident they get monetized. Like there's the guys that does the shorts videos of him drinking THC and eating THC in the just like I do it. Like you'll see him eating gummies on the streets. And I mean, how does he get paid to get all those gummies and stuff? There's no way he's got a good job. He's always blitzed out of his mind. But again, that's fine. I don't have to. Again, that's all fine. I don't have language or sexual stuff on my page. I do smoke marijuana, but I am in a legal state and I have a medical card for it. So I feel like there might be a loophole for me, but I'm not gonna test the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. I would like to make money off of YouTube, and I do a lot of videos that don't need to be smoking related. Like I have tons of freeze dried candy content. I don't smoke in those videos. I have these content videos right here. I don't smoke in them. I mean, I am dabbing in the background, but you can't see it on camera, so I don't know why they would have an issue with that. And I could still do my blessings for you guys when I do scratch videos. I just won't show the blessing on camera. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? God, I love this sand art table. We're at about 89% on this pattern. Since the chat's moving again, I'm not going to stop the live. I was going to stop the live stream and come back live right away, but no point in doing that since the chat started moving again. Oh, exactly, brother Days. I'm not worried about that one. Like I could have a cup of coffee in my hand, take a drink of coffee, and blow out some smoke. I didn't. I didn't hit a pipe on camera. That's how I used to do it on TikTok. If I'll be honest with you, when I was on TikTok, I did this little thing saying, "If you know, you know," and I'd take a drink of coffee in front of the camera and blow out smoke, and I'd show the coffee, like to the camera, and I'd drink it, and then I'd blow out the smoke, because I can do party tricks, I guess, where I could take a freaking big fat hit and hold it in for a good 20, 30 seconds. And then I could drink. Back in the day, I drank a full beer, chug it, and take a shot. And then I'd let out the smoke. And I'd tell people, what? I know how to party. So now I could use it as a party trick. I could do my blessings with coffee. Show the camera coffee. Blessings be to you and to me. I'm sure there's ways around it. Well, you see, I don't have any strikes, so I'll try to keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to keep it to no strikes on my YouTube channel. My live got taken down the other day for me showing a paintball gun, even though I explained it that it was a paintball gun, and I didn't get any strikes against my channel for it. So we're having a plus on that one, thumbs up on that one. So technically, I got no strikes against my channel. And I'm not monetized yet, so any of my previous videos should be okay with the smoking. Can't you can't I guess, punish me for what I've done in the past, I hope. Oh, I'm trying, Riverfront Bates. I'm trying. I really am. I've been putting a lot of work into the channel trying to grow in the last couple of years. And I haven't seen that much growth until recently. I'm now starting to gain subscribers, and my watch hours are finally going up. I'm almost at 1,400 watch hours. I should have had my watch hours a year ago. I see people with 50 videos, literally 50, and they get their watch hours. They're monetized. They got so many followers and subscribers that they can't even shake a stick at them, you know? And I'm sitting here and I've got 550 some odd videos, 560 videos maybe. And I'm barely gaining subscribers. I get maybe 2 subscribers a day if I go live. If I'm lucky. Hey, it is what it is, brother Days. Again, all of my videos that I'm gonna put up for monetization will be a okay. I can guarantee you I can follow the rules. I know how to play ball, and I can keep my live streams clean. Like I can do live streams like this, ASMR, and have no problem whatsoever. I don't see how YouTube could ever have a problem on here with this. At least I hope, that could be the case. I'm super close to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 750. So we're getting there. I have tons of cool things in my bus. My big purple bus, for instance, it should be right there, should be enough to get me enough content to freaking make it on YouTube because I'm doing awesome things in a bus. Most people that join in don't realize this. Like at this very moment, I'm hosting a live stream focusing on my Homedics Drift Art Sand Table, doing awesome ASMR sand art content while simultaneously free dough ice cream. So I mean, yeah, I see 756. I'm hoping that we'll get to 1,000 here in no time. I was at almost no subscribers for the first year. Okay, I think I had 20 subscribers, and I bought my mini claw machine and put it up at the hotel after, I don't know, about a year and a half, 2 years of having the channel, and my mini claw machine bumped me up to about 120, maybe 200 subscribers. And I was like, "Whoa, okay, maybe this is possible. I'll get some people." And then I went dead for a while where I wasn't getting any new subscribers. And then I started playing more scratch cards. I used to do scratch cards back when I first started the channel, and I didn't get very much attention from that. I do visit other rooms, Kathy, but a lot of times when I go to other rooms, I talk in the chat and whatnot, and a lot of times I get ignored. It feels like, but again, I might just not being seen. I don't know. YouTube doesn't like to let me know whenever people are talking to me or whatever. And I used to be in a lot of people's live streams, and then I started working a full time job, and it was hard to join live streams because a lot of you guys that go live tend to go live whenever I was working, and I can't stop working and be like, "Oh, sorry guys, I apologize. I'm not gonna go make any sandwiches, or I'm not gonna clean up right now because I gotta jump into somebody's live stream right now." Yeah, bro. We both hit the same 500 subs. And I was like, whoa, oh my God, that's so freaking cool. And I did a celebration for it. And your channel kept growing. You kept going. And for some reason, I didn't. I went backwards. Ended up dropping below 500 for a little while. And then finally went back above 500 and stayed at 500 for months. And then finally, I bumped up to like 600 for a little while, and I was like, all right, cool, we're growing again a little bit. I was getting like maybe 1 or 2 subscribers a day, and it took me probably 4 or 5 months to get to 600 from 500. And then finally I bumped up the other day. I bumped up like boom. I was like, oh my God, I got to 700. I was like, holy cow, look at that. And now I'm at 756. So that's sweet. That's awesome that I'm growing finally a little bit, but it still feels like YouTube's holding me back a lot. They keep my watch hours down. I only get about 1 to 2 watch hours a day, which makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. It's whatever their algorithm deems fit, I guess. Let's see, what are we making now? I don't want to do totem again. Ugh, hold on. Let me go back to the patterns. It's doing the totem pattern again for some reason. Let's go to my live stream pattern. And we'll do mind trance. All right, so we're going to start another one. See, yeah, I'm not going anywhere asking for people to subscribe. I will ask you to subscribe if you're in my channel, like if you're watching my live stream, because I don't know how else to grow unless I ask you guys. I wanted it to happen naturally, but you know, I gotta be a beggar. Joke. I was just joking. It feels that way though sometimes. Like I feel like I'm begging you guys to subscribe or like the channel or something. But I definitely don't go around to other channels begging for subs. Um, I try to chat about whatever's going on in the channel whenever I'm watching said channel. Yeah, like I sure hope so, Riverfront. For one, if YouTube would ban me or strike me for asking people to subscribe to my channel while I'm live on my channel, then I'd be like, "Whoa, man, that's kind of harsh." That would make no sense to me whatsoever if I got a strike against me for trying to get people to subscribe to my channel on my channel while I'm live or in a video or whatever. Yeah, no, when I'm in other people's rooms, I try to be respectful of their room, and I usually join in because I enjoy watching them do whatever they're doing, be it scratching or ASMR or whatever. See, I don't know what to title my live streams, brother Days. Like I usually say I'm chilling, come chill or something, and like I don't know what to title them. I kind of want to go take you guys with me to the store when I go cash in my tickets from earlier for my profit sesh and buy a couple more tickets. Oh, okay, that's if I'm doing scratchers. Okay, I can do Colorado Claimer Hunt. But like with my drift art table, I have to think of something like meditation or something, ASMR meditation or whatever. Yeah, I get that, Riverfront. Trust me, I used to hand out business cards, okay, in real life. I have these business cards, and watch, I'll show you one of them. I think I still got one right here. Boom. I used to hand these guys out, and watch, I'll turn the light on just so you can see this. But they say my big purple bus, YouTube, Odin's Big Purple Bus, all over the place. Got a couple pictures of my bus, and it says follow and subscribe for more. And on the back, it says thanks for watching. And it's got my little minions in the back of my bus. And I used to hand those out in real life. And I rarely would get a subscriber from those. And again, Kathy, I've been in many people's live streams, okay, when I used to be able to go around and jump into everyone's lives. And they would drop my link all the time. And I still wouldn't really get any subscribers. And I'm not saying it doesn't help. It does help to get the word out, right? That one could work, brother Days. Yeah, that could work too for the freeze drying candy. I wish I could edit the live stream while I'm on live with you guys and change the title. Uh, yeah, I'll definitely try to start making better titles. I am scared that so many videos are gonna have the same title. You know what I'm saying? I've always tried to come up with something different for each and every video that I've made, but it gets really hard to think of a new title for a new video. Like I do want to take my hand pen and go out to a place called Hanging Lake, and it's a very beautiful, serene place in Colorado. And I think it would make for a great video of playing the handpan and meditating. Bring my shaman Tibetan singing bowls with me and clear everybody's chakras out there in the middle of the wilderness. Gummy time. Oh, speaking of gummies, brother Days, I've got more sour bright crawlers to do. I bought a couple big bags of them, like so I could do a bunch, like a big full load of the sour bright crawlers freeze dried. And I'm gonna put a couple more in your boxes since I know you guys like those. And then I might do some mini starbursts, throw those in there as well, if that's okay with you. And then I'll do a couple of the fruit roll ups, but I don't know how well those will travel. No worries, no worries. It's still gonna take me a little while to finish up making the your boxes. I have them right here, like they're here, and there's plenty done in your box already. Little ASMR. But there's already plenty done in your box. I just want to fill it up so you get a full container. Yeah, mini starbursts are delicious. I love the mini starbursts and they're nice and crunchy, so it's kind of cool. So I'll throw a few of those in there as well whenever, because I got a there was a deal going on at the store when I went, and I bought a bunch of bags of mini Starbursts and a couple big bags of Sour Bright crawlers, and then I've got fruit roll-ups and gushers at home already that I want to try, and we'll make a couple videos of those so I could do the candy club. Well, I mean, I have the fruit roll-ups anyway. Okay, it's not an issue, brother Days. I can make the fruit roll-ups. I just don't know how well they'll travel. I want to put a couple in there for you. It's just I don't know if they're too fragile to be shipped because they are very, very, very fragile when I make the fruit roll-ups. And I might even throw a couple pieces of the ice cream that I'm doing today in there for you guys. So you get to try that cookie dough clouds that I'm making today, brother Days. I love the ice cream personally, and milk duds. I got milk duds too to do because I want to start selling the freeze dried candy. And again, if anybody wants to buy any freeze dried candy, shoot me an email at Odins Big Purple Bus at gmail.com, and we can discuss prices and what I offer, because there are certain candies that I know for a fact will freeze dry, and I can guarantee you them that I can make them and send them to you. There are a lot of candies that won't freeze dry though. Like we learned the other day that the gummy worms are really hard to do. And the orange slices are really hard to do. Apparently there is a way to do it. I just don't know how yet. I will figure it out eventually, hopefully, but I can't afford to waste money on candy that won't freeze dry properly. I do have things that I know that I can do, like ice cream. I can do ice cream guaranteed every single time it'll work. It takes about 24 hours, and it's amazing. I love doing the freeze dried ice cream. Right now I have two different flavors. I've got cookie dough chocolate chip in the freeze dryer right now, and then I got butter pecan that I'm gonna do in the next batch. I'm also gonna do again. I've got freeze dried milk duds. They work every single time. They're amazing. I call those edible geodes. The orange slices did not turn out. I dried them for almost 30 hours or 34 hours, and they were still super gummy, and they did not dry at all. So orange slices are off the table for my freeze drying candy company. And just because it's not really worth it after the fact, if I have to dry orange slices, let's say for 3 days, that's 72 hours. Okay. How much would I be able to charge for 3 days of using my freeze dryer? Like those things would be so expensive that no one would ever want to pay for them. So they eventually would not be worth it. I don't want to overcharge you guys if you guys are going to buy my candy once it's freeze dried, and I don't want to undercharge myself because I my time is valuable. I have to sit here and watch the freeze dryer, like not constantly, like every now and again I'll check on it to make sure everything's good and Gucci, because I don't want it to go wrong. If something goes wrong, I want to be able to stop it real quick and not break my freeze dryer. The freeze dryer itself costs $3,000. So I definitely don't want to break that expensive piece of equipment or ruin it for that matter. So I feel like my time is valuable. It is worth something to me personally. But I also don't want to make it so expensive to where nobody's ever going to want to buy my candy. I see freeze dried candy in the stores for 2.5 ounces of freeze dried candy. They want $10. And I'm like, holy cow. I'm selling about 64 ounces of freeze dried candy for about $40 or $50, depending on which candies you choose. So like I'm selling a giant tub of candy, which has got, I can guarantee you, 6 to 7 times the amount of candy that you'll get at the store for like half the price. Like you're gonna spend anywhere from $80 to $90 to get the amount of candy that I put in one of these containers, buying the retail prices. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to sell that expensive. I'm making a profit on my candy. Like this candy is not $1,000 a freaking bag. Obviously, I get the good candy. I don't go buy the cheap stuff. I buy the name brand, the good stuff like Laffy Taffy or the Sour Bright Crawlers, the peach rings. I go to the Amish gummy peach rings, whatever those are, the really good ones. I I know there is quality in some of these candies, and I've had some of the cheaper stuff, and the cheaper stuff is not on my radar because I don't like the cheaper stuff. And I eat my own candy, so well, honestly, brother Days, the way I do it, I don't weigh it until it's dried. You get 2.5 ounces of dried candy at the store. It's a very, very light package. It's not very much in there. My tub, it's got some weight to it, like it's not a lot of weight because it's freeze dried candy. Obviously, it's super airy and light, but there's about, right now in your tub, it's hard to see, but there's probably about 30 ounces, about a pound and a half, maybe 2 pounds, maybe, of freeze dried candy. Like it's not super, super heavy, but at the same time, it's not the lightest thing in the world either. For real, it's a super small bag of candy and they're charging $10. I paid for them myself when I first tried freeze dried candy, and I invested in a freeze dryer because it was just cheaper in my mind to do it myself, because now I could do whatever I want and I just go out and buy the candy and then come home, put it in the freeze dryer, let it do its thing, and then go to town. I could either munch on it myself and have it for like a really super cheap freeze dried candy because I paid for the machine, or I can package it and sell it to you guys and I make a little bit, like I'm not raking in the money. Obviously, I wish that I could charge more, but at the same time, I don't want to overcharge you guys. I feel like my price is fair because it does take about 24 hours for a batch of candy to be fully dried and ready for making sure it's shelf stable for 25 years. Um, there is a process that goes to prepping the candy. It's not like I could just crack open a bag. Well, let me rephrase it, because some things are just crack it open and pour it out. Like the milk duds, I can crack open a box of milk duds, pour it out on the tray, spread them out, let them go to town. The mini Starburst. The reason why I do the mini Starburst is because I don't have to unwrap a billion little Starbursts. They're already unwrapped in the bag. So those are pretty cool. I like those. Those are simple and easy. Like the gummy worms and the peach rings, stuff like that. That's all super easy to just plop on the tray, spread it out, throw it in the freezer, and let it go to town. But when it comes to, let's say, the ice cream, there is a process. I have to scoop out that ice cream and I have to make sure I'm quick about it. I can't let the ice cream melt, because if it melts in any way, shape, or form, if it even slightly starts to melt, it will completely just not be good. It'll be a powder on the bottom of the freeze dryer versus little chunks of ice cream like I'm offering to you guys. And I can offer things like, like the Laffy Taffy. I have to unwrap every single piece of Laffy Taffy. I have to cut every single piece of Laffy Taffy to make sure it's not just some giant clump of Laffy Taffy.
But there is a process. It takes me about 20 to 30 minutes of unwrapping and cutting and stuff before it can even be ready to go in the freeze dryer. So, I mean, I do feel like for everything that I do, my price is definitely fair. I'm not overcharging you guys, but I'm not undercharging myself. Like I'm getting paid for my services. The candy itself is not the most expensive, but it's also not the cheapest anymore, because I remember when candy was super cheap when I was a kid, and now it's like $6 a bag of Laffy Taffy. A bag of peach rings is $4 and some change. A bag of sour bright crawlers is $6. So it's not like the candy itself is cheap, you know. Like, I'm not skimping you out on the candies. We're going and getting real good candy, and it's going through the awesome process of becoming space food. It's shelf stable for 25 years. It's very light and easy to pack whenever you go to camping and stuff like that. So I want to offer other items too, not just candy and ice cream. I remember comic books being super cheap. Yes. I remember candy. Okay, like back in the day, you can get a bag of candy for like $2.50. And my mom would be like, "That's so expensive. I don't want to pay for that." But it didn't matter. Back in the day, everything was cheap. Now I go to the store, pack of freaking Oscar Mayer hot dogs, $9. Like, what the hell? That was 50 cents when I was a kid. 50 cents for a pack of hot dogs. Same thing of like on bread, for crying out loud. Bread was like $1 a loaf. And now it's $4.50 at my local grocery store. Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise was like, I don't know, $3 a jar when I was a kid. Now it's $10 a jar at the local grocery store. It's freaking stupid. But yeah, no, again, if anybody ever wants any of my freeze dried candy, shoot me an email. I am starting sales. I want to open up my shop as soon as I get my subscriber count and everything up to where it needs to be. Yeah, bread is too freaking expensive. I love bread. But again, I remember when you go to the store and bread was $1 a loaf. You wanted the good stuff, you paid like $2. And you were like, all right, I'm gonna pay an extra dollar for the name brand or whatever. But now the cheap stuff is $4 a loaf. And I'm like, what the crap, man? I can't even afford bread. All right, it's almost done with its cleaning pattern. There it goes. It's going to zoom out and start doing this next pattern. I love this table. I'll let you guys hear a little bit of the scritching down here. I've been talking for a while. I get to talking. Can't stop myself sometimes. But I'll go ahead and put the mic down so you can hear the scritching and get a little bit of ASMR without my voice. All right, so my phone is actually at 8%. We'll keep going until it tells me it's about to die. I got it on the charger. It's just not really charging that great. It's trying its best to keep up, though. Then what I'll do, um, I'll go ahead and stop the live stream whenever it gets close to dying. And I'll go trade in those tickets and buy a couple more tickets for you guys and scratch them off on camera. And I'll come back and let my phone charge for a little bit. And then we'll go back live and I'll use one of those tags like Brother D says, like Colorado Claimers Hunt or something. And we'll see about getting people to come in. Oof. $3 is still too expensive, brother. Like I really do hate living in a small town in Colorado sometimes. I might do like Colorado Claimer hunting live or something. I really do hope these live streams help my watch hours grow because I can't take it anymore. I'm not going to lie. It's been getting really, really, really depressing when I see all these other channels that are smaller than me, even, but they get tons and tons of watch hours to the point when they surpass me. And then next thing you know, they're monetized. And I'm like, what the hell? How did they get monetized? Like, they don't even have a third of the videos that I've got. How do I not have the watch hours needed? I don't know. It gets really depressing because I've got 500 and some odd videos. I think I got like 560 videos, and almost all of them, at least 100 of those videos, are an hour long, if not more. Most of them, a lot of them are shorts, So I will say this: I probably got about 200 shorts, maybe 300 shorts, and I don't get right, right though. I see these dumb videos, when I'm going through like the shorts feed or whatever I'm watching, and I'm like, how does this video have a 100,000 views and my videos get 20? Well, I appreciate that, Kathy. I really do. I don't know if YouTube's going to start counting the watch hours or not, but I hope they do. Like I'm getting close to 1,400 watch hours now. I've got a bunch of videos out there. Again, though, I've been told that YouTube only counts it one time whenever you watch it. And I've had a bunch of people tell me that they watch my videos, and I'm like, okay, well, how come my watch hours aren't going up? No, I fully understand, Kathy. Trust me. I try to watch everybody's videos too, and I've got a bunch of videos in my watch later playlist. Whenever I see like Brother Days will post a video, I'm like, okay, watch it later, and I try to get to it and watch it. And whenever I watch a video I like, and I comment on it, and Like I try to do the due diligence and be a good friend of the channels that I follow, because I do follow a lot of channels. Some of them are very big, some of them are not that big, some of them are around the same size as me. I follow some channels that are not big at all, because why not? If they got good content, maybe it's like me, the YouTube's holding them back. The reason they're not big, because I truly feel like YouTube holds me back a lot. I see other channels doing the same things that I'm doing, freeze dried candy, and they get 114,000 views on one of their videos, and I get 15, maybe a like or two. And then I'll do stuff like this with my drift art table, and I'll have a 3-4 hour live stream. And yeah, I got 4 people watching right now, it says. But last night I seen a girl on on YouTube live shaking a bottle of perfume so that the liquid made a noise in the camera. And she had 300 plus people watching. I don't know how many likes she had, but they were up there. And all she was doing was shaking a bottle of perfume at the camera, very gently going. And I was like, how? How is that even possible? Somebody like that can come up here and just shake liquid and get hundreds of followers and views and all these watch hours, and I don't know. It drives me nuts sometimes. And then I get super depressed about it. I try not to. I try not to let it get me down. No worries, brother Days. Hope you have a blessed day. Get those brakes done on your truck, brother. Stay safe. And yeah, feel free to join back again if I'm live. I will. I'll probably jump off here in a minute when it hits the 2.5 hour mark. I might let it finish this pattern. We'll see. It's about halfway done with this pattern. And what I'll do whenever I go off from here, I'll let my phone charge while I go to the store. And I'll go get a couple tickets to do another live stream. Why not? I've got nothing else to do. Got 5 hours left of the drying process for the ice cream. And I want to be on live stream when I take that out so you guys get to see that. Right, Kathy? There's definitely not many people to say bye to in this room. I think the most I've ever seen in my room is like 30 people at one time. And I think that was a glitch, if I'm being honest. I don't think there was really 30 something people here. I think there was just a glitch in the system. It was really 3 people or 2 people. And it couldn't decide was it 3 or 2. So it just put both 3 and 2 and made me happy for a little while. Right. Front braid. You don't want to be left alone with me. I understand. No worries. You don't want to be the only one left in here. All right, I'm gonna put the mic down so you guys get to hear the scritching again of the sand. Little ASMR. Trust me, tons of people come to my bus and have a blast. I I'm definitely fun to hang around with if I'm in a good mood. That is, I guess. I can tend to be a sad sack. If people like if I get depressed, I'm not fun to be around. But when I'm not depressed and I'm having a good time, I tend to be fun to be around. All right, back to the scritching. Oh, I get it, Riverfront. I get it. Trust me. Everyone does get depressed days. I try not to let them get me down. That's why I smoke a lot of marijuanas. Marijuana helps me to not be the Debbie Downer, I guess. Honestly, I had the idea a long time ago when I was a kid. I used to watch this show on Disney Channel. I think it was called So Weird. But their entire family, it was like a musician and her daughter and son, and then their driver and their kids, and like it was a crazy little show back on Disney Channel. But they all lived in a tour bus, and I was like, that's so cool. I want to live like that. I want to be able to go anywhere I want to go and have my house with me. And I grew up, and that dream kind of floated to the back of my mind and stayed there for a while. And then I got to be in my early 30s, and I was moving to Colorado. Like, I was moving around from, I moved to Texas, and I was living in an apartment, and I had this idea. I was like, I basically live out of my bedroom. I use the bathroom every now and again, and I go to the kitchen. But I was paying almost $1,000 a month for an apartment. And I was like, man, I could probably build myself a tiny house, like everybody else has, and live a lot better. So I bought a flatbed Dodge from work, the job I was working at, and I turned that flatbed Dodge into a little tiny house on wheels. I bought a little pop-up camper from Craigslist, and I fabricated a skeleton for it so it would be full on. Instead of popping up and down, it was a stationary like camper. And then I filled in everything and turned it into a little tiny house. It had a bed, a sink, and a little sofa area that could turn into another bed if needed. And it had like a tiny little area for a stove, like a kitchenette stove. And I lived in that thing for about, I don't know, a year, maybe a little over a year. I quit having to pay so much money in rent because I was living under my truck, and I ended up trading not trading. I ended up getting on with a traveling carnival while living in that little truck slash tiny house. And that's how I ended up coming to Colorado. I traveled to Colorado with the traveling carnival. Ended up really loving Colorado and not wanting to leave. So I stayed in Colorado in my truck, and I ended up finding a job here in the state of Colorado. And while I had that job, I met this person that had another camper like the one that I had. And I ended up trading him my camper that I built and like $400 or something to get his camper that goes in the back of a truck. And his was an upgrade. It had a fridge, it had a stove with oven, it had a bathroom in it with a stand-up shower and a toilet inside the bathroom. It had all the tanks and stuff so you can like use all of that stuff properly, fill it up with water. It had a queen size bed on the top of the cab. It had a beautiful little pull out sofa bed and like this awesome little setup. So I was happy as pie to trade up to that. And I lived out of that for a good, a good year until I met someone and ended up living with her for about 9 months in her apartment. And I let that truck and camper go to a junkyard. And while I was with this chick, I decided that I wanted to go back to the tiny house lifestyle because things weren't working out with me and her, and I wasn't really enjoying the apartment lifestyle anymore. So I went on Craigslist and I bought a box truck that was 14 foot by 8 foot, and I turned that into a studio apartment. I built it myself. I built a Murphy bed inside for a queen size bed. I built a composting toilet, stand up shower. I bought a 3 burner stove with oven, a mini fridge to put inside of it, solar panels to go on the roof. And I lived out of my tiny house box truck for about 3 years. And I met this chick again because, as I do, I always look for companionship. And this chick that I was talking to had 2 little boys that she apparently lost because she didn't have a place for them to stay. So I opted to buy a school bus and turn it into a tiny house. And I was going to build this bus to be a home for 2 little boys, her mom, and myself. I had plans on having 2 or 3 bedrooms in here, and I bought the bus, paid $5,000 for it off of Craigslist. It was a beautiful bus. It ran. It started up no problem. Clean title, was already switched over to be a motorhome. So I lucked out really big time on that one. The guy had the bus as a project for himself, and he decided that it was too much. He couldn't do it anymore, and he didn't want to see it to completion. So he put it up for a sale on Craigslist, and I jumped on the opportunity. I bought the bus and I started building it out to be a tiny house, and I framed it out the inside, and I moved it out to Genoa, where was the only place that allowed me to park my bus. And after about the second month of being in Genoa, the chick I was building the bus for decided that I wasn't worth being with anymore and left me, saying that I didn't love her and I didn't do anything for her, even though I was in the middle of building an entire house for her. And I did a lot of other stuff for her that I don't want to get into on camera because it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. But nothing I did mattered. So she decided to up and leave me, and I was stuck with a bus. So I finished building it, and I just made it into my house, and I made it Odins Big Purple Bus, painted it the color I wanted, and I built it out to be as comfortable as possible. So I have my kitchen now that has a 3-burner stove with oven, a kitchen sink so I can wash dishes. I have a Blackstone flat top griddle. I have an electric oven. I have a wok to do Asian dishes. I have a full-on freeze dryer, a dehydrator as well on the shelf across the room. I've got a Ninja Creamy ice cream maker and a bunch of cool gadgets to make other cool things like a meat slicer and a potato spiraler. And I've got a freaking mini claw machine in here. I've got candy machine. I've got a stand-up freezer. I've got a freaking fridge. I've got a stand-up shower, composting toilet, big old bed in the back, Murphy bed, not a Murphy bed, just a regular queen size bed. I've got my recliner, and I've got a projector set up on the wall for movies and stuff, and I've got an Ashley stove for burning wood in the wintertime to keep me warm. All the amenities of an actual house is here in my bus, and I've got tons of storage down below. So I mean, I've got everything I need. And now I do cool videos for you guys on YouTube because why not? That's freaking awesome. I wish I could travel with the Grateful Dead back in the day. They're the kind of hippies I want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of my how I got to live in a bus. Now I pay like $500 a month for a place to park in a RV park, and yeah, do stuff like this now. Hopefully, I'll be living the dream, getting paid by YouTube at some point, you know? And when that day comes and I start getting ad revenue and all this other cool money from YouTube, then my videos will get way better. I'm going to start doing more adventure type videos. I'm going to do a lot more giveaways. I want to get as big as Mr. Beast so I can start giving away houses and stuff, you know? I want to build tiny homes and give them to people. That would be amazing. Like get paid by YouTube to make the content, buy a tiny bus or something, convert it into a house, and then donate it to a family that needs one. But again, I can't do any of that unless I get big enough to do so. So there's dreams, you know, like I do have dreams. Because I feel like the whole world should be able to do this. Put your house in a place that you can take it with you. That way you can travel if you want to travel. Like I love to travel. For eat. I can't even talk for real, Riverfront. I would love to do a tiny house giveaway. But again, I'm not big enough to do something like that yet. I would have to be Mr. Beast status big, to be able to give away a whole tiny house. It costs a lot to build one of these things. Like my bus is a 40-foot Bluebird. With the purchase of the bus and everything that I've put into it, I'm probably in about 65 grand. So, like, I would love to be able to build one of these and give it away to a family, but I mean, I don't have $70,000 to spend and just give away. I wish I did. I'm not rich by any means. I'm literally poor by the definition of poor. I have very little money to my name, and I'm waiting on jobs to have background checks clear so that I can get more money coming in. Cool beans, Kathy. I'm glad you're still here. But yeah, no, I'm definitely poor by definition of the meaning poor. All my money went into building my house so that I can have the life that I wanted to have. I made my house comfortable, and I made it to where, worst case scenario, if I can't make rent, okay, to park my bus here, the $500 lot fee, I can start my bus and drive down the road, park wherever I feel like it. I can do that if I have to. I don't want to, because I like having a place to park. I like having the security of a home base, if you will. I like having the the knowing that I can come home or leave, go somewhere in my car, and not worry about somebody towing my bus and taking my entire house and all my life and throwing it into a tow yard, and having my dog and my cat left alone with no way of checking on them or whatever. Because I don't have money to get my bus out of hock if it gets towed. And I definitely can't afford that fee versus the $500 for a month, because they'll charge you $300+ if they tow your vehicle one time. I've only been waiting about 5 days now, 6 days maybe. They just started the background check for the hotel about 2 days ago, so I don't know how long that one's gonna take. And the one for Dollar General was about a week ago almost. Yep. Yep. I don't pay very much to live out here. I prefer to pay as little as possible. I was paying in Colorado close to $24,000 a year to live in an apartment. And I just figured, if I'm paying that much to live in an apartment, I could do the same thing and buy a bus. Or what I did was a tiny house on a box truck. And then I paid nothing to live in Colorado versus my entire salary or whatever I earn. Yeah, it's insane the amount of money we pay for rent to not even own a place, just to use it for a little while. I think I now pay about roughly about that $6,800 a year. after electricity, which I could probably lower my electrical bill if I wanted by plugging in my solar panels and using solar power for a lot of things like lights and air condition and other things. But I'm paying for the electrical, so why not use it? Oh, you're paying that much in insurance? See, I used to have to deal with hurricanes when I lived in Louisiana, and no thank you. I prefer to live up north. I spent 25 years in Louisiana before I left, and I dealt with hurricanes every other month. It seemed like we were having a hurricane. I believe that. My 14-foot box truck was pretty much a U-Haul. It was kind of like a U-Haul. It looked like one on the outside, but it wasn't painted U-Haul colors. And you could walk from the cab through the cab to the back of the truck where the my tiny house was. It was pretty awesome. Again, I lived out of that truck for sheesh, almost 3 years. The only time that I didn't live in it was when I was on probation. All right, it finished its pattern. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream now. We're at 2 hours 50 minutes, and I'll come back after I go get tickets from the store and let my phone charge for a little while so that it gets a little bit more better battery life to it, and then we'll go back live with you guys to do a Colorado claimers hunt. Oof, I feel for you guys. Okay, that's a lot of property taxes. But all right, yes, I will be back hopefully within the hour. So see you guys as soon as I get back, and we'll do some more ASMR after the Colorado claimer hunt. But all right, thank you guys for joining. Hope y'all enjoyed our patterns on the Homedics Drift Art Sand Table. And yeah, we'll be back later to have a scratch sesh and do some more ASMR, and we might even bust out the guitar. We never know. Because I got to make some watch hours. Let's get some content made, get me growing, and hopefully we'll get me big enough so I can do one of those tiny house giveaways one of these days. Because that would be awesome. But all right, as always, blessings be to you and to me. Hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you guys in a little while. Later.